Here are 5 reasons why fixing your credit may feel so hard. Number 1, it's out of your control. Just think about it, right? If you send a letter to Experian, if you send a letter to TransUnion, if you send a letter to Equifax, guess what? They're supposed to do an investigation, but you don't know what's going on during that time when they're supposed to do their investigation. But according to the law, they're supposed to assure maximum possible accuracy. So if you look at your reports, right? If you get a tri-merge report and just look at your report, the date open, the account number, the balance, everything on your report is supposed to be complete and accurate, right? The payment history, all that's supposed to be complete and accurate. However, if you look at your report, it's not complete and accurate. But during that investigation, they're supposed to update it, they're supposed to modify it, they're supposed to fix it, or delete the account according to 15 USC 1681 I-5, right? However, when you receive your investigation back and they say everything is complete and accurate, everything was verified, you're scratching your head because you're trying to figure out what did they verify, what did they change, what did they update, and most people quit because they don't know what to do next. So here's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to request a description of how you verify those accounts. All right. So if you send a letter to Experian, if you send a letter to TransUnion, if you send a letter to Equifax, and you receive the investigation back and everything was updated, modified, or verified, guess what? You're supposed to ask them to provide you a description of how they verify those accounts. And they have 15 days to actually do this. Now, this leads into the second reason why fixing your credit may feel so hard. You don't know your rights, all right? And Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, and debt collectors get away with this, especially debt collectors, or everybody gets away with it because we're not holding them accountable. As debt collectors will call you over and over and over. Even though they're not supposed to call you within specific times, they will continue calling you over and over again, right? And what we're supposed to do is tell them, I refuse to pay this debt because I have a lot going on. And that's based off of 15 USC 1692C. Now, if you tell them that specific statement and they call you back, or let's just say they send you a letter or communicate back to you, that's a violation. And if they continue doing over and over, man, you can get paid. You should talk to a lawyer, right? Now, if let's just say they call you and you tell them it's not a good time, and they call you again and again and again, what you're supposed to do is document all that. And man, if you talk to a lawyer, man, they owe you some money, and you can possibly get the debt waived because they did so many violations. All right. Now, when it comes to Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax, it's kind of harder. However, you can document the violations, but you have to talk to a lawyer because sometimes, even though they violated your rights, it might not be up for a lawsuit based off of, you just got to communicate with a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer, so I can't tell you, but you have to talk to them. Like, what can you get paid for? What they violated? What can you possibly do to get these accounts removed from your credit report? All right. So here's another reason why fixing your credit may feel so hard. I want you to understand this. Credit is credibility, and credit is nothing but a direct reflection of how we manage our money. Yes, life happens. Yes, we go through tough times. However, like I said, it's nothing but a direct reflection of how we manage our money. They report based off of how we manage our money. And guess what? I was talking to Mike, co-founder of the credit team, and basically what he said is, we've been trained to spend our money. January, think about it. February, Valentine's Day, March, St. Patrick's Day, April, Easter, May, Mother's Day, Memorial Day, June, Father's Day, July, Independence Day, August, back to school, September, back to school, some specific states, October, Halloween, November, Thanksgiving, December, Christmas. They continue going on and on and on and on. Yes, we have responsibilities. Yes, we take care of those things. But like I said, social media also made it like, hey, you can spend, like, you see certain ads, you see things, you want them, travel, you want to go there. You're like, man, all these different places. We've been trained to spend our money, and we wasn't trained to actually plan out our money, to actually put money set aside for later on, set monies aside to put in our emergency fund. We wasn't trained to do none of that. Some people were trained, however, some people weren't. So like I said, we've been trained to spend our money and live check to check to check. And when we get those credit cards and we get those certain things, we spend it, we use it, we mismanage our money. This is the reason why fixing your credit may feel so hard, because like I said, you was already trained to spend our money. Now we got to pay back this money, pay down this debt. You get what I'm saying, all right? So another reason why fixing your credit may feel so hard is because you're applying for credit when you're actually supposed to be fixing your credit. Now, I know those pre-approval offers look very shiny. However, while you're fixing your credit, you don't need to be applying for anything, all right? Now, if you don't want to get those pre-approval offers, you can go to optoutprescreen.com and actually opt out. But if you do apply for those credit cards, you're actually hurting yourself. Here's why: because most of the time when you apply for those credit cards, you might get approved for that $500 limit and you use it. Now, let's just say you use $250 out of that $500. Now, your available credit is 50%. Now, it's hurting your credit score because 30% of your credit score revolves around utilization. And if you max out your credit card or just halfway max it out, now you're hurting your credit score. Now you feel like you're not going nowhere. You're doing the things that are required to remove those negative accounts. However, another part of your credit score is dealing with utilization, and you want to get that to zero. A lot of people say, hey, 1%, 2%, 0%, because why would you want to spend, or why would you have available credit or use just like 1% of your credit and pay interest on that 1%? It doesn't make sense, all right? So what you want to do is get it all the way down to zero, all right? Get it below 10% and then eventually get it all the way down to zero as much as possible, all right? So you don't want to be spending extra money, all right? Now, another reason why fixing your credit may feel so hard is because you don't know the type of accounts you need to add on your report. Yes, installment accounts are good, all right? But what you want to have is revolving accounts on your report. Now, you don't have to open up 10, 20 revolving accounts. Just get 1 or 2 revolving accounts. You can go to, you can get a secured credit card, or you can get a line of credit from self. You know, all depends on how you want to do it. I'm not trying to get you in debt, but you do want to have a revolving account on your report. Is actually going to help you build up your credit report. So let's just say the time for you to get a house now is, you have the amazing credit score to get a house. Also, if you want to get business credit at some point in time, now you have good credit because now you pay down your debt, you got it to zero. You pay down your credit cards, you got it to zero. You remove those negative accounts. You're doing what was required. You build up your credit score. Now, if you want to apply for business credit, you'll get approved. You apply for a loan, you'll get approved. Also, your insurance, do check your credit score. So now you're paying lower insurance. If you do if you're if you want to get another, let's just say a phone or something like that, now you're not coming out of pocket. If you're trying to move into another apartment, now you're not paying extra based off of your credit score. You get what I'm saying when it comes to credit. You're doing what is required, all right? So just continue doing what is required, and eventually you're going to have the credit score you deserve. Now, if you need help fixing your credit step by step, and you just want a process to follow to fix your credit, you can watch this video right here. And basically what I do is walk you through the process. Now, if you don't have the time, if you don't feel like doing none of that, right? You have a lot going on. We do have a service. Now, our service is different because what we do is we have a litigation service where we get violations for the lawyer, put everything together and submit it to the lawyer. So now he can actually file a lawsuit, but actually knock the credit bureaus out. So if that's something you like, you can click the link in the description, schedule a call to see if it's a good fit. However, if you need help just walking through the process and just going step by step and you just need information, all you got to do is just actually watch this video right here, and I basically walk you through the process of what you need to do to fix up your credit. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.